you, bro. But for our viewers here, give them a little spill on about yourself, just a little bio on you, just about
Little bio of me.
little
This is where it
little.
gets. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and share,
Um.
bro.
Well, obviously, my name is. Well, for those that don't know, obviously, no one. My name is Gabriel Guzman Martinez. I am a son of two kids. My older sister and I was born in Carlsbad, New Mexico, October 26, 2001.
Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Um,
No
yeah.
way.
I was
Oh
born
wow,
in.
dude. I didn't know you're from Carlsbad, New Mexico, dude.
Yeah, I always get the joke that I was born in the caverns with the bats.
Oh man, I actually love the
Yeah,
caverns, but that's a funny
yeah,
joke.
yeah. Oh, it's a really random place to be born at. Come to find out, yeah, like I always get comments like, "What were you doing over there?" It's like I have no idea. My parents were over there
Yeah,
at the time, but I was born there,
yeah.
and I was raised in Ciudad Juarez and
Okay.
El Paso, back to back across the border, almost every year of my high school years and my middle school years, and I guess that's what inspires me a lot in many ways, artistically and just life in general, living in the border. But yeah, it's been cool. Anything else about me? I really love soccer. I love singing. I love writing music with my friends.
That's
I
awesome,
love
dude.
acting.
Yes,
I've
yes, that's right.
learned a lot about acting.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do a play at school because of time and all of that. But
yeah.
it's a plan of mine. It's in the works. Hopefully in the future. But
That's
yeah,
awesome, dude. Well, awesome.
yeah.
Thank you. I haven't, dude, at all. Like knowing you, I did not know you uh were born in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
You're still thinking about
That no, that's just shocked me, dude. I thought you were from here or Juarez, but never thought of
no?
Carlsbad, New Mexico. I was like, I mean, I was out there like a couple of months back, and I mean, I
I
meet
saw,
people.
yeah, you were over there.
Yeah, so it's just like that's really interesting. That's really cool, man. But that's cool. You play
Really interesting
soccer.
stuff. What was that?
Oh, I was gonna say that's really cool that you play soccer as well.
Oh yeah, I've been playing
Yeah,
soccer since I was six years old. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I like.
I
There's
actually
on.
played today.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice, nice. There's actually a movie. I don't know if you ever heard it, but it's called Dream or Goal. I'm sorry, it's called Goal. American Dream
Oh yeah.
Begins or that or Goal, the American
Yeah.
Dream. It's a good soccer
Good.
movie, dude.
Great
It's really good.
movie. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you've
really
seen it?
good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen all the first two. That I didn't like the third one, but the first
There's a
two.
third one?
There's a third one about, I think
Oh,
it's
no
about the
way.
World Cup or something like that. It was not good in my opinion, but
Oh,
I
okay.
like the first two. My childhood movies right there.
Yeah. That movie Dream, the Dream, what is it called? Goal, the Dream Begins or something like that. The first
Something
one.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
dude, that movie was it just was really nice. I love that movie a lot. It was great. Great
Yeah.
movie. But all right, man. Well, thanks. And I just, I know you and I had a history with Victoria's Secret, and it was great working with you. I always heard a lot of great things about you, just your work ethics. Just
Thank
but
you.
curious, yeah, man. But just curious, what made you leave the company?
What made me leave the company? Just I guess for a couple of reasons, but mostly for better opportunities.
Yeah.
I felt like I was becoming stagnant in a way. Is that how you say it?
Oh,
Um,
stagnant. Yeah,
yeah,
stagnant. Yeah,
yeah.
you're.
And I just wanted to grow in other ways and more specifically in my career. So I was offered something else at the Coliseum, which is where I work now.
Oh, sorry.
And it's
Are
been
you
working.
full
It's
time
been
there?
working. What was that?
You're full time there at the Coliseum.
Not anymore because I go to school. So
Oh,
this week
okay.
yeah, but all summer I was full time. I'm going on 2 years
Oh,
there,
okay.
but mostly that the reason I left was because yeah, I just wanted
Yeah.
something new, wanted to change. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
feel that. Yeah.
other than that, the time that I had there was really enjoyable and a lot of good memories there.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. And how do you feel about the Coliseum, like your work being there? I mean, you get to see all these great concerts, right? I mean, just
It's
experience
really
all that.
interesting. Yeah,
Oh, dude.
it's it definitely it was definitely a new way to inspire me in terms of music because get to experience back-to-back concerts, you know,
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
two even in the same week. So it's
Oh
always the same adrenaline when you're not even the artist, you're not even gonna play, but you feel, you know, you feel
right.
the vibe is it's really cool. It's really cool
That
to it's
is
always
cool.
inspiring and motivating to just keep writing music and admiring all these artists that go up on stage. That
That's
part is
amazing,
really
bro.
enjoyable.
Wow.
Working with production is really cool. And sometimes that can be very draining because those people you're treating with people that are touring, you know, they
Oh
don't
right.
sleep.
Yeah.
They've been touring for years. So usually a lot of them can be rude, but a lot of them can be also really interesting and teach you a lot of things. I got to work to Stumble
Yeah.
recently as well.
Yeah.
And for Motley Crue, and that was a whole new experience and really cool as well. So
I bet that was a cool experience because I remember you texting me saying that you were helping out in the morning.
yeah, unfortunately I couldn't hang around for the concert, but
Yeah.
setting up the stage and setting up the lighting and the whole, you know, the whole scenery was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I bet, dude. Yeah. Just the experience itself setting everything up. That's really cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Going back to Victoria's Secret real quick, I know you said about the growth of being stagnant. That's that's one thing I left too, just because there wasn't really a whole lot for me to grow in the company. And I was with them for
Mhm.
10 years. So I understand I know what you felt on that, on being that where you're just kind of like
Right.
stuck. You felt a little stuck, kind of like I want to grow. But yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone goes through that
Yeah, man.
moment. Yeah, I think everyone that has left has shared a similar
Yeah.
story that they just want something new and more
Something
space to
new.
grow. You know, because it's a great place to grow. You know? I learned
Yeah.
a lot from many great people. I can name
Right.
one such really great friend of mine, and she a lot of things that I know today.
Yeah.
It's because of her and other great bosses that I had and teammates. Yeah,
Yeah. Sochi was really cool. I love Sochi. She's amazing.
it's great.
Her work ethic was just on point. I remember just,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. So this band, Nothing Is New, like,
Yeah,
dude, when you posted that single and then the photos and of the band and you, I was just like, okay, I did not know at all, bro, that you were into music and writing music and
and
singing. I just was shocked. I was like, this is really cool. I mean, I know you liked acting because we talked about it at Victoria's Secret when we worked there. But wow, when I saw your post of those photos of you in the band and then the single about to release, I was just like, this is really cool. And I was really happy for you that you went that direction
yeah,
as well. So
and that's the thing. It was kind of difficult to make a move and like let people know that I like music because the guys that I work Daniel Pedrosa and Mark Beltran, those guys have been making music. I know Mark has been making music since high school. Danny, he went to Dubai. He's been making music since high school.
oh wow, okay.
I've been writing music since high school, but I never really gave it the time, or I did, but I couldn't find a way to actually find my right voice and the correct atmosphere to make music in.
Yeah.
And so it was really kind of difficult that you mentioned it that you didn't know. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people didn't know. I got a lot of comments from friends and family that were telling me I had no idea you sang, and I told them, but I've been singing. It's just I didn't have anything to release. So what I did was just write a post, and then I posted it on my Instagram post, and that's how I gained a little bit of attention. But yeah, that's how it was. Kind of it's
That's
still
really
kind of
cool.
hard. I feel like a lot of people are still not aware, but that doesn't really matter. Just as long as I keep on doing it, I'm having fun with my friends. It just if people tune in and they're interested, they'll
Oh
come.
yeah, man. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think just with that one post of you saying, "Hey, we're bringing out a single," I was just like, "Whoa!" And I think a lot of people looked at that and from your
Yeah.
friends and just yeah, that was just a really cool idea for you to go that route, and I'm glad you're
Thank you.
pursuing it. Yeah, man. But tell me, how did you guys meet? Like you and the band, how did the band Nothing New form? Like who started the
So
idea of all that?
it's really a cool way that it was formed, at least for me and for our personal experience with. So it started with Daniel, my friend Daniel and I. Danny and I, we go back. but I think over 10 years we met at Tierra del Sol, saying in Spanish. It's an elementary school we went to. It was in 2012 when I enrolled there,
Oh,
sixth
okay.
grade.
Okay.
So yeah, it's over 10 years. So we go way back, and we went
Dang.
to middle school together. And unfortunately, in high school, we separated. We parted ways. He went to the Valle. I went to Haynes. And when we graduated, we kind of got back together. But then quarantine happened, and we would talk occasionally, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
So, no, long story short, kind of like passing things up. Danny had graduated from college from UTEP in last year in spring, so he was done in May.
Oh, okay.
And we were kind of like planning it out. We both knew that I knew that he had music with his own other band called Obscure.
Hmm.
Really great band, really great music if you're into rock. And we were kind of planning it out, and he applied for this job at Sonic Ranch, and things didn't go the way they were supposed to go for him. So that day we had a jam session that we had planned out, and he almost didn't pull up to my house because he
Oh,
was
no way.
destroyed. Yeah, he was devastated. Like, he
Yeah,
was
I bet.
just feeling sad because the way they just treated him, it was incorrect, and
Yeah.
he still pulled up. So I'm really glad that he did, because he almost didn't, and he got here. And that first jam session that we had, it was just him and I. He was telling me how he felt. I was trying to like push him, like motivate him, like just letting him know that, if that's just how the music industry is it's not easy at all. It's competitive. It's overwhelming. It can be tough. And we actually wrote Milk that day.
Oh, on that day? No way.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So
Okay.
I wrote the lyrics, just kind of like what I was feeling in the moment,
Yeah.
and it just went from there. So we would meet at his house, like his garage. We went on to write an entire album, and which is what we're working on right now. And we fastening things up to this year on March. Mark Beltran, I know him from high school as well, from Hanks, and I knew that he had his own music released as well. And so I just asked him out of nowhere. I was like, "Yo, bro, like, we need a bass player, and we need someone that has creativity. And I know you've got it. You're a beast at what you do." And we linked up at Mark's house, and ever since then we started, working on the tracks, laying down
That's
drums,
cool.
bass. Those
Nice.
guys are geniuses, and
Awesome.
they work their magic insane ways. But that's how we met, and that's how we got together. We eventually formed the band right before releasing Nothing Is New. I mean, Milk. And well, later on, you'll know why it's called Nothing Is New. But yeah, that's the band name, and that's how we formed in March 2023.
Oh, this past March, huh? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's recent. Yeah, it's a few
And
months. Yeah.
so the meaning behind the song Milk, like what inspired you to write a title called Milk? Because I know that, I mean, I drink milk. You probably drink milk. Was it because of that? Just playing.
No. Well, it's because Milk. It's a song that can be seen in different perspectives. Of course, the literate way that if you read the lyrics, there's a part where it says that they're out of milk. So it's this guy that's going home, and eventually, ultimately, what the song is talking about is love running out, without giving away too much, from the song meaning. Because I always like it when people interpret the song in their own way. But yeah, Milk is about love fading away, and just someone from the relationship is trying to like grasp onto it, and then doesn't want to let it go. It's you have faith in it, but ultimately it's running out.
Oh, wow.
It, it, it's it,
Interesting.
yeah, no, a lot of people ask me like, why Milk. It's because I get it. It's not a very common name.
Right, right. Yeah.
But But yeah, it definitely has a meaning can be perceived differently with people.
And going back to what you said, it's not a common name, but what stood out is because yes, it's not a common name for a title of a song, but then you're posting
Right.
photos and things with like a milk carton or something about milk like pouring in a glass. So that keeps us wondering like, oh, what is this about? It's something different. But then you sharing about the song now is very like, wow, I did not know that song's even pertaining to that until you explain a lot of it. That's really interesting. But
Hmm.
I mean, when I listen to the song, I mean, I get it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's different. But when you first like launched the photos and the advertisement for the song Milk, it just was like, this is wow, like what is this about? So that's cool. That's a good marketing way of getting people to want to know what this is. Instead of just,
Yeah,
oh, here's a love song, here's a heart, you already know. But this is, hey, oh, here's a milk pouring into a glass, and it's a new single. You're like, okay, so is this about milk? You'll
yeah,
find out.
yeah.
So that's
And
the
I had people think that the when I first um posted the first promo for the song, I had people think that it was actually a short film.
oh, is that right?
And
A short film?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, because I guess that's what I had always inclined towards. I don't
yeah.
know if I said that right, but I had friends tell me like, "Oh, like short film," and I was like, "No, it's a song, but it's just like promo videos." But yeah, it was we got creative in that way to like make little promos that would keep the audience with suspense till the
Yes.
song was released, and hopefully, because lyrics, that's the thing about lyrics. Lyrics
Yeah.
can be you know perceived differently. Everyone can give a song their own meaning. We all do,
Right.
and so when you read the lyrics, it's always interesting for me. I personally read lyrics from songs, and I always make my own little conclusion about it. It's always interesting when I hear friends tell me like, is that what this is about? And I'm like, yeah, maybe.
That's true. I'm the same way where actually when you listen to the song, you're like, oh, is it pertaining to that or is it this? Even if the title was just off the
Hmm.
subject. So that's interesting. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know that when I first heard the song, I was just like, and I heard your voice, I was like, wow, that's a different side of Gabriel I have never heard. That's really cool, man. So I'm glad you're working on
Yeah.
finding that voice in you to say this is who I am and still trying to be a sound that's not you. You know what I mean? Because
Thank you. Yeah.
you're trying to be you are wanting to be original. So so that's cool that you worked on the craft of your voice and trying to see what fits me. I'm not trying to sound like this person or this artist or that. I'm trying to sound like me. And even if it takes a little time to find that, I'm going to utilize that because that's my gift. And so
Mhm.
I'm glad you took your time on that, dude. I really am.
Yeah, and it definitely did take time because I had another project from 20 that started in 2021 or
Oh, okay.
2020 with a friend of mine, and it was really fun to experiment with different sounds and different beats and rhythms. But we both felt the same way that it's just this is not who we are. At
Yeah.
least personally, this I was like I'm not feeling it. My
Right. Right.
voice is it may not sound bad, but I'm like it's not what I'm looking for,
Right.
and
Right.
it did take time, and I don't expect to fall under something specific or be categorized, because as an artist, you always got to be open to experiment and evolve in different
Right.
ways. And
Totally agree. Yeah.
but it was really cool to finally feel like I was in the right atmosphere to make the music that I like, and I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yep.
I'm sure the rest of the band of Nothing Is New, Mark and Danny, feel the same way.
Oh yeah, dude. And that's a magical moment in that moment where you
Definitely.
when you all in sync in the room, and that song, you're like, oh dude, everyone's just in that moment of his bass, the voice, the guitar, or the beats, and everything's coming together. You're like, oh, this is what it was meant for. This
And
is
you
us.
definitely feel it. I know
Yeah.
for sure you must have felt you felt that, right, with
Oh,
long
for
long
sure.
life 16.
Yeah, yeah. Long Life
Yeah,
16. Yeah. I did feel that.
yeah,
Yeah.
when someone just starts playing something, and then
Yep.
it's like everyone turns, and you just know,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
play that again, it's like
That
you just feel it.
Yeah.
It's magical. Yeah, it
It is
definitely is.
magic, dude. Yeah. It's a joy you get. You're like, dude, play that again. That was great. You're like, and we keep doing it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man, we're onto something. There's something there. And then just keeps growing. And all of a sudden you're just like, this is the probably the single. Like, this is it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm,
I know
definitely.
you feel on that. All right, dude. Well, so just with the nothing is new, what's in it for the future for the band? Like you know, you said you want to do an album, you're working on that, but you guys want to tour, like, you know, maybe once everything's done, are you trying to just play a lot more in El Paso? Are you trying to go outside El Paso as well? I mean, what's the future looking like for Nothing Is New?
I mean, of course, definitely, you always like to dream, and you always like to, you know, think about great things that can come in the way. But of course, we have our feet grounded. We have ourselves grounded. If that's how you say it.
Hmm.
And we're thinking, of course, you have long-term goals, but short-term, we definitely are working on the first single that should be coming out very soon. Very soon.
Wait, is this your
Hopefully,
first or second single?
second single. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no, no
You're right.
worries. Okay.
Our second single, and then after that, we're looking at probably another one, and basically, it's just it's a way to form an audience first, no
Right,
matter how
right,
big or small it is.
right.
It's just definitely a way to let people know that we're still working, we're making music, and there's still things ahead.
That's
So I guess a couple of singles coming up next, and then yeah, hopefully we're finished with the album. We're gonna be done with it soon, and when it is, and we'll look for the perfect time to release it, and definitely start playing local.
okay, cool.
Danny's played already quite a couple of gigs. I think he's played like 5 times already locally. A whole lot of denim. He's played at a different venue and close to downtown.
Oh,
He's
nice.
played
Okay.
in Las Cruces,
Oh,
so he
nice.
definitely knows his way around and how it works a lot
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
But so that's something I'm really excited for. Start singing and start playing live. I can't wait for that. But I think those are the short-term goals. But I mean, you mentioned touring. I mean, that would be fantastic if the opportunity comes. If we're blessed enough to experience something like that,
Oh,
it'd be
yeah.
great. But right now, we're still thinking like let's release music first, which is just
Right.
before
Yeah.
anything else comes. Yeah,
Yep. That's cool. And when do you think the second single is gonna be released?
pretty soon. I'd say somewhere around September.
Oh, really? Like just well, we're already September 1st starting tomorrow, so sometime this month then.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
So we're
dude.
looking at pretty soon. Yeah.
Nice. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Are you able to announce the song or no? Like the name of the title of the track?
Mm,
Or is it kept secret?
I would announce it, but I didn't ask
The
the
band
rest of the
yet?
guys if
No,
they're
I
okay with
respect
it. So
that.
I rather just
Yeah, that's
yeah, I
cool.
rather just.
That's fine, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, I should have asked. I should have asked, but
No, you're good, dude. Well, we're
don't
looking
worry, it's coming out really soon, and promos will be out, and yeah,
Dude, that's awesome, dude. And that's actually I like the title too. Nothing is new. That's a good title for a band. I like that name for the band.
thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, we're coming to an end to our podcast very soon. But just any advice you want to give those future musicians, those that are wanting to write music, anything last minute words you want to say to those that are wanting to start a band, wanting to write music?
Um, Advice. Well, definitely, I'm still growing, so I still take a lot of advice from different people that have been doing this for a while. So I guess I can just say, don't look for the is that a word, originality?
Oh yeah, originality. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't look for that, but definitely look for the what inspires you, what moves you. Because I think a lot of people are caught up in wanting to be original, but unfortunately the reality is you can't be original, and everything that has already been invented, everything has already been done. All we do is basically, is get inspired from our favorite artists, get inspired from our favorite movies, our favorite books, my favorite places to be at, and
Right.
you write about those things, and so definitely allow it to grow in you, and don't force yourself to, you know, a song or a beat that you're not feeling, because unfortunately I wasted too much time on that. Um, I definitely feel like if I could have released music before, I would have done it, but it just didn't feel right because I was forcing it.
Oh, I
And
see.
time always comes. Yeah, I always, these songs that we're recording, they're going over a year old, and then that's not even that much. A lot of artists, you know, you have no idea. A lot of artists are recording music that they've been writing for years, and it was hard for me to understand that. But my friend Danny would tell me, you know what, just take it easy. Things will come out whenever they have to come out, and when they
Right.
do, you have to make it come out clean and right. You know,
Right.
not
Totally
forcing
agree.
it.
Totally agree.
Yeah, so definitely allow the things to come into you, but don't waste time forcing things, and just look for ways to be inspired all the time. Don't be close-minded about one sound in specific.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome, dude. Good advice.
yeah.
Awesome. I
Mhm.
totally agree. All right, guys. Well, thank you for episode one. Gabriel Guzman coming on. Guzman. Apologize.
Thank you,
Um,
Josh.
yeah. And I look, guys, look out for his new second single coming out. The second release coming out sometime in September. So that's gonna be awesome to hear. So I look forward to hearing that. But
Thank
all
you.
right, brother. Well, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure to have you on Rhythm and Roads podcast.
Oh,
And we
thank you.
look,
It's been an honor to open up this project for you. I'm excited for you as well. Hopefully, we can start seeing some cool stuff in the podcast. I'm sure.
oh, of
But
course, brother.
thanks for
Yeah.
allowing me, for giving me the space to talk about this, and for I'm honored to be your first guest. Thank you, bro. It
You're
means a
welcome,
lot.
sir. Thank you. All right, guys. This is the end of our podcast on episode one. Thank you for joining.